Things are definitely starting to get very interesting in the Fiend Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman rivalry on Friday Night SmackDown, as Alexa Bliss has somehow found herself involved in the storyline in recent weeks, with it seeming as though a romance angle of some kind is beginning to form between the Fiend and Alexa Bliss, something that has not surprisingly angered the monster among men. It was recently revealed that Braun Strowman will be defending his Universal Championship against the Fiend Bray Wyatt at the upcoming SummerSlam 2020 pay-per-view event, and as of right now, current backstage rumors indicate that Strowman's reign as a Universal Champion will likely be coming to an end at the biggest party of the summer. As most of you are well aware, Vince McMahon had never intended for Strowman to be in the Universal title picture this year in 2020, and was simply forced to resort to Braun as a backup opponent for Goldberg at WrestleMania 36, when Roman Reigns unfortunately pulled out of his big title match due to the ongoing uncertain circumstances, and McMahon decided to basically give Strowman a placeholder title reign in Roman's absence, considering Goldberg was already booked to lose the Universal title at WrestleMania 36 and then leave WWE, meaning Vince had no other choice but to give the title to Braun Strowman. However, the current rumored plan is that The Fiend will regain the Universal Championship from Braun Strowman at SummerSlam, and The Fiend will then recruit Braun Strowman to rejoin a new and improved Wyatt family, with Strowman rumored to become one of the key members of Bray's new Wyatt family alongside Alexa Bliss, who could very well be Sister Abigail. However, the real shocking spoiler regarding the Fiend Bray Wyatt's revitalized Wyatt family is that the WWE are reportedly planning a returning superstar to become one of the new Wyatt family members, and that superstar is Lars Sullivan. As most of you are probably aware, Vince has had a tough time trying to figure out a way to bring Lars back to TV after his lengthy absence, but McMahon believes bringing Lars back to be one of the Fiend's Wyatt family members would be the best case scenario right now, as Lars wouldn't be immediately brought back into a high-profile main event role, something that fans would immediately reject, and Vince thinks it will give fans a chance to come around to accepting Lars Sullivan once again. Not to mention the fact that McMahon believes Lars Sullivan is simply a perfect fit for the Wyatt family, given his monstrous Snitsky vibes. As we had reported in one of our previous videos, there were rumors going around backstage in WWE that officials had been contemplating the idea of having Roman Reigns return as a heel with a new Shield-like faction, alongside the Authors of Pain, who have also been missing from TV recently. And while that is still reportedly being discussed backstage, we've been told that another scenario Vince has been considering would see Roman Reigns return as a babyface with the Usos instead of AOP, with Reigns reportedly getting a complete makeover when it comes to his ring gear and overall look, with it being rumored that Roman would be getting a Samoan-style ring attire, and the Usos would revert back to their Samoan-style attire as well, with the face paint. One source has mentioned that the reason why Vince wants Roman Reigns to return with a new faction is because of the fact that he wants Reigns to take things easy for a while after his return to the WWE, and doesn't want Reigns to overdo it too quickly, hence why Roman would not immediately be brought back into Universal title contention on SmackDown, and would instead partake in a feud alongside the Usos, with one rumor revealing that McMahon plans for Roman Reigns and the Usos to feud with the WWE's new faction Retribution as Roman's first return rivalry, and as you would likely expect, Roman Reigns and the Usos would apparently defeat Retribution after a couple pay-per-view matches, and Roman would then return back on the hunt for the Universal Championship sometime in early 2021 after the Royal Rumble during the road to WrestleMania 37, where Reigns is reportedly penciled in to win the title from the Fiend Bray Wyatt at next year's WrestleMania in one of the two main events. For the past couple of years, Vince McMahon has had the idea of creating a women's version of the Shield faction in WWE, and if a new backstage rumor proves to be true, a huge spoiler for late 2020 is that the WWE may in fact be moving ahead with this storyline. As of right now, the women's division superstars backstage officials are reportedly considering for this new women's Shield are Nia Jax, Tamina Snuka, and Shayna Baszler. We've been told that Nia, Tamina, and Shayna would appear across both brands Raw and Friday Night SmackDown, with Nia Jax apparently being favored to become the leader of the group. Now fans will likely be asking why the WWE would choose these three female superstars for the new Women's Shield, aside from the fact that they are arguably the three most dominant female wrestlers on the roster right now. And one new rumor has revealed that Vince believes this is the perfect way to utilize these three superstars, considering McMahon doesn't really have any big plans for any of the three as singles competitors. competitors, with Vince being upset with Nia Jax for her constant botches, Tamina not really being at that point of her career to be chasing a singles title, and Vince apparently souring on the idea of pushing Shayna Baszler. And despite this, McMahon believes the three superstars have the potential to work very well together and completely revitalize their careers. For the past few weeks, all signs have pointed to Randy Orton being the superstar to end Drew McIntyre's reign as the WWE Champion come SummerSlam 2020. But if a rather shocking new leaked backstage rumor proves to be correct, Vince may be planning a bit of a surprise in the WWE title picture on Monday Night Raw. According to this new leaked backstage rumor, there are rumblings going around backstage that Vince is planning to have Drew McIntyre retain the WWE title against Randy Orton at SummerSlam, with Ric Flair reportedly costing Randy the title by mistake after failing to interfere in the match the right way to help Orton win. And we have been told that Randy Orton would be going full legend killer mode in WWE, with Orton taking a break from chasing Drew's title after SummerSlam, and putting his focus on seeking revenge on Ric Flair for costing him the title. In the meantime, there are rumors that McMahon is considering the idea of having Goldberg return to the WWE in the early fall of 2020 to challenge Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship, with Goldberg rumored to win the gold, only for Randy Orton to slither in and essentially take out another legend in Goldberg at the 2021 Royal Rumble, with Randy rumored to win the WWE Championship and keep the gold warm until WrestleMania 37, where Randy would defend the title against the returning Edge. Despite the fact that Dominik Mysterio has only just begun his career in WWE, Dominik has already been pulling an insane amount of views for each of his appearances on Raw so far on YouTube, and Vince has reportedly taken full notice of this fact, and is apparently planning some very big things for Dominik and another WWE superstar's son in 2020. We've been told that McMahon believes young superstars like Dominik are a huge draw for their younger demographic of fans, and shockingly enough, once Dominik is finished with his rivalry against Seth Rollins, one surprising new backstage rumor has indicated that Vince is considering the idea of having Brock Lesnar's son Luke Lesnar, an aspiring pro wrestler, finally sign with the WWE and make his official debut in the company alongside Paul Heyman, and essentially seek to destroy Dominik for Dom double teaming with his father Rey Mysterio last year to try and defeat Lesnar for the WWE title, with Luke likely to play on the fact that he believes Dominik is a coward, with McMahon reportedly thinking a storyline like this would boost the ratings for Monday Night Raw tremendously. Since the news of Brock's son Luke planning to eventually become a WWE superstar came about late last year, Luke has clearly been putting in the work in the gym to get in fantastic shape, and it would certainly be a very intriguing storyline of seeing Brock's son target Dominik Mysterio as his first feud. And if this rumor proves to be true, then Vince would definitely be telling the truth when he says that he plans on building new stars, as both Dominik Mysterio and Luke Lesnar are very young and full of potential.